Morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes. Oh, I had a lot of work to do. I had a lot of work to do. Sorry for being late. What is going on this fine, fair morning? I saw Tank. What's going on, Bay Bay? Kentrell LeGrew. Adrian Molina. What's going on, man? Mr. Mileage. Zacharias. David Howard. What's going on, man? Mr. Gill. Good morning. Thanks the boxing fan. Eric P. What's going on? Mike Kirkland. What's going on? Don't mess with Texas. Joseph Bermia. Good morning. Fresh Baker. Kentrell Fanon, you seen Eddie talking to Andre Ward about Ryan took Ostarine for weight cut, not for advantage? Yeah, that makes sense, especially since that's what the person that gave it to him said that he did it for, but not for weight cut, but for rehydration. He said he did it for rehydration. The supplements that he was given were for rehydration, not for weight cuts. But yeah, I heard him say that. At least that's what the person that administered it said it was there for. So, Burr 101, what up, what up, what up, what up? Yeah, Eddie be, coming with some unique takes on some things. Not saying that he isn't telling the truth, but he definitely differs from what other people say in that particular instance. Kentrell said, Fanon making show the coffee extra strong for what he got to deal with today. He'll be here. Oh, I'm coming, man. I'm here. Yeah, I ain't lying. But what's up with the rest of you? What's going on? Blacksmith Ross in the building. What's up, man? Yeah. Move this over here. Hydrating. All right, so we're taking links from the beginning today. Devin responded to it with, why didn't Ryan make weight then? Because Ryan wasn't able to make weight. But I don't think it was for rehydration. I don't think it was for performance enhancement benefits. I think everybody's pretty much included. Fanad, can you please explain what you meant when you said Ryan cheated Devin Haney? I don't know what you're talking about, Fahim. I have no clue. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Southpaw, where you at, Southpaw? Hey, tell Southpaw to come on, man. Somebody go tell Greg, come on. Let's see the fight again. Where you at, Greg? Come on, man. Let's see the fight again. I want to see it. We can do it. You can do it in Texas. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that, man. That was hilarious. I ain't got my money on. I'm riding with Chicago, dog, just for riding with the city. Yeah, dog, it's hilarious, man. What's going on, Ralph? And I'm chiming on your evening podcast talks. They've been really interesting and informative. Fanon, I'm chiming on your evening podcast talks. They've been really interesting and informative. You talking about on MH Blackwell? I hope that's what you're talking about, dog. Please tell me you're talking about that. I'm working on that. I've chimed on your evening podcast talks. They've been really interesting and informative. So you must be talking about the MH Blackwell ones. Yeah. I just put one up earlier today. Seriously, man, it makes me feel good. I appreciate that a lot, man. That means a lot. Thank you, Ralph Chestnut. That means a lot. Thank you. As people roll on in the building, that fight is tomorrow in the Shy. Is it? Hey, is it? Are they? When they making it? They're not making it tomorrow. Are they fighting for real? Hey, are they fighting for real? Hey, if they fighting for real, I'll go. Let me know. Let me know if they go for. I'll go. I'll go. I'll film it. The MH podcast is fire. Keep up the good work, Slew. Thank you, JQ Auditing. Thank you. Dog, I need the positive encouragement over there on that when I do those political videos. Because I just did one today about YBC Dub, the Philadelphia rapper, getting yapped. How unfortunate for that young man. But I gotta tell you, that's an interesting ass dude, bro. That's an interesting ass dude right there. I gotta tell you, man, that dude, YBC Dub, was, rest in peace. Man, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. But man, you was starting a lot of shit. Man, he was starting a lot of stuff. That's when I have money on GHB TV. Fanon, was that the guy on the bike that got? No, I don't think it. Yeah, no, like they showed the video of the dude on the bike, but I don't really think that was him. I think that was just another video. That video looked dated. And there was 3 people in that video, according to the reports for YBC Dub. It was only 2. They're looking for 2. They're not looking for 3. They're looking for 2. They're not looking for 3. X, thank you, man. That dude was asking for it. Daring people. It was amazing. Dull. I thought it says dub. How's it dull? I thought it was dub. Let me correct my spelling. Yeah, dull. My bad. Dull. I kept saying dull. Yeah, HBC dull. I got it right. I'll never make that mistake again. Dull. YBC dull. Thank you. Yeah, unfortunate. Sorry about that. Sorry for the mispronunciation. No disrespect intended. You know I'm old. Dual. HB. Dual. OOL. Dual. HBC dual. Okay, I got you. He's from around my neighborhood. He's West Philadelphia, right? That's where my grandparents live. Dope, man. Okay, man. Look, man. Unless y'all gonna get up here and and say it to me, you can't keep spelling it. Somebody gonna click the link. He's from West Philadelphia. That's where I spent my summers. A couple summers when I was a kid in West Philadelphia. And my grandparents' house, some row houses. Loved that house. Loved being there. Always loved being there. But man, Beast, no, look. I got to switch those. Hold on. I'm sorry. I messed that up. Let me change that title. Shakur offered. My bad. You know what? I think I got to actually go to over here to do it. No. I meant it the other way around. I really meant it. That's what That's what Eddie Hearn said, that he was going to get that done. Is what he said. No, this is not made for kids. And give me 1 second. Duel. Is that like two in Korean? Duel, Anna, duel, set, net. All right, I switched it up. Oh yeah, because all right. So let me tell you why I had to switch that up. I had to switch it up because I actually wrote it backwards, so I had to switch it up. Actually, and let me change this too. Hopefully, this will change over here on Twitter, because Eddie Hearn said that he has a plan for Gervonta to get that fight for them after the fight after next. They're going straight to Williams Zepeda, and then they're going to Williams Zepeda, then Tank. I think that's like a perfect plan. I like that plan. Any of y'all got problems with that plan? Let me put a link in the chat. Yeah, man, I got to move my show up into the afternoon so I can get interviews where it's easier, so people don't have to get up in the morning. You know, I know boxers are some hardworking people, but damn, y'all sleep a long ass time. Anybody got a job, you wake up at 11 o'clock in the afternoon, dude, you're blessed. Unless, of course, your ass is working like around the clock. But, man, big bro, what it do? Oh, you talking about the phenomenal show. What's up, man? Hearn admitted that he was instructed by Shakur not to go for Tank. Yeah, but you know what it was. It really was because that really did take place because he knew that Eddie Hearn would screw it up. Which begs the question, why would you sign with Eddie Hearn if you know that Eddie Hearn cannot talk? Oh, no, I just did it to Shakur. Damn. I just did it to Shakur. Damn, I hate that I did that. I was trying to stay away from that. Never mind. Act like you didn't hear me say that. Act like you didn't hear me just say, why would you sign with Eddie Hearn if you thought you knew that he was not the person to be able to talk to Tank? That's I'm out here trying to be balanced, but damn, that's kind of a bad look. Nope, I told you that's the Hearn protection plan. Hey, man. Hey, what up, Rick Timms? What up, Phoenix?
You took the words about Eddie right out of my mouth, man. Yeah, man. Damn. We see Eddie already done messed up with Devin.
Hey, can I
joining
say
in like,
something real fast? Can I say
what's
something real
that?
fast? I talked to Barbara D. Barbara D did respond over on Instagram or something like that. But she didn't, so she just ain't been over here, but she's okay. I did talk to her. I exchanged messages with her on MH Blackwell on a video on MH Blackwell on my reparations video that Phenomenal Show loved so much. Isn't that Phenomenal Show left a comment on my reparations video and was like, yeah, fuck what you talking about. I ain't vote for nobody that ain't pro reparations. Anyway, what's on your mind, man?
Yeah, man. That's good. That's good news about Barbara D. And
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, I'm listening to you from a distance. I'm about to get some more water. Hold on one
All
second.
right.
Hold on 1 second. Andre Noble, thank you. Hold on 1 second, Phoenix. Pluto, how can I help you?
Hey, bro, what up, my nigga?
Oh, chilling, man. What's going on with you, man?
Shit, bro, I had one question, cuz. I got
No worries. What's up?
So, it's just been a topic for me and my partners. We be talking. Who is your Canelo your top Mexican fighter all time?
No.
Who you got over Canelo?
Salvador Sanchez, Julio Cesar Chavez, Senior. I think he's right there with Juan Manuel Marquez. He may be a little bit better than Juan Manuel Marquez. If you count Mexican Americans, then Oscar De La Hoya is better than him.
What?
Oh,
you
hell
tripping,
yeah.
OG? You tripping, cuz?
Oscar De La Hoya? Oscar De La Hoya is better than Canelo Alvarez.
What weight class?
He fought
Canelo
from like
smoking all them,
120. He
bro.
fought from like 126. I think he started like 126, got all the way up to Roberto Duran is not Mexican. Roberto Duran is from Panama. Oscar De La Hoya definitely won titles at 135, 140, 147, 154, and I think he got a piece of 160.
Yeah.
He's a 5-division champion.
Yeah. Well, I be like, man, Canelo the greatest Mexican fighter ever. That's just my opinion, man. I get it. Though.
That's fine. I mean, hey, we all entitled to our own opinion. That's all right.
Yeah, man. I apologize for coming over your live like this, bro. I just woke up.
No, you good. Don't worry. I can't smell your breath, so we good.
Hey, yeah, man. I got on your live the other day. Well, like 2 weeks ago, your chat was on my ass. I thought that was somebody else.
Oh, hey. It is what it is. Sorry about that. But all right, man. I'll get back with you, man.
All right.
All right, get back, Pluto. Andre Noble said, thanks again for the 10-count, Martin. Zepeda over Shakur. Man, hell no. What? Dude, Canelo Alvarez may not be greater than David Benavidez. RBZ, what up? He may not be better than David Benavidez. Okay? I ain't gonna play, bro. I gotta see what David Benavidez does. You know, but if you count Mexican Americans as Mexicans, man, Oscar De La Hoya, he's definitely better than what's that dude's name, man? Fernando Vargas, though. All right, we got a lot of callers, so let me try to go quick with some people real quick and get back to Phoenix. Hold on, be patient, Phoenix. Carl Brown, how can I help you, man?
No, I don't know none of that.
One body in Yahweh, how can I help you?
Hey, what's going on, Bilal?
I'm chilling, man. I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
No, barely hear you.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn. You on my speaker. I apologize. Give me 1 second, buddy. Hold on. Hey, can you hear me better?
Yeah, clearly now.
All right, cool beans. I was painting the house and stuff. I had to do it with my Bluetooth. So anyway, hey, I wanted to tell you this. Now, I've seen from other boxing creators, whatever the case is, whatever, yada yada yada. They are stealing from you, man. They've been stealing from you, and it's like prevalent. And I'm gonna say this. It's the show business. So they have been stealing your content. You have been like uploading stuff, and they have literally piggybacked off you. Just wanted to let you know that.
The show business?
You get what I'm saying.
No, I don't get what you're saying.
Show business, though. Let's be real.
Been biting my shit?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, remember when I came like 3 days ago and I was talking about like Shakur Stevenson and all this stuff and yeah.
Uh-huh.
He literally made a video about the conversation me and you had, literally verbatim, damn near. Okay, I know I come here and play around. Like I said, I come here and play around a lot just to, boost your. I love your channel, man. I've been, like I said, but at the same time, I looked at it. I said, damn, he literally just made a whole video about Mr. Martin and me, and then other people, like not just me. It's not just me. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but anyway, there's other people that literally says stuff, and then all of a sudden he makes a video after you. every day. You know what? I see the pattern. It's that
Bro, I'm good.
I know.
I
I
know.
know. I see the shirt. I already see you. I see you.
No, this shit happens all the time, bro. It's nothing new.
I know,
What's
man.
up?
You always on your square. Anyway, but I have a question for you.
Yes.
Who is going to fight Tank? I feel like everybody's scared now because they didn't talk themselves into a corner, into a place they can't get out of. Shakur don't want to fight it, obviously. Fight him. Is it Ryo? Ryo will get beat up. Ryo will get beat the hell up. I ain't gonna lie to you. Ryo, as good as Ryo, I saw him at Pitbull with fighting. We all saw him with Pitbull, but he would not win that fight with Tank because Tank is a very calculated.
Yeah, you asking who he can fight or who can beat him? Because
No.
none of them dudes beat him. There ain't but one dude
I
that
don't
can
believe
beat him.
nobody at 135 can beat him.
Yeah,
Nobody.
but that ain't the same thing as asking who is he gonna fight.
Okay, all right. So who? I'm gonna ask you, Fanon. Who can beat Tank?
Why do I mean, I don't know if anybody can beat
But
Tank.
that wasn't even the question. The question I'm saying, like, who
You
is he
just
gonna,
asked me that question.
No, I said who is he gonna fight next?
You said who can beat him. That's what you said. Just
No,
you said who can
no,
beat
at
him.
135, I was saying
Who can he fight next at 135, or who can he beat? Which question?
no, who no. What I'm saying is that who can fight him, or no, who is going to fight next? Period, point blank. Is it Ryo? Is it
Dude, stop. You're
Why?
gonna ask. You got to figure out. You asked me 3 different questions.
No, I said no, but no. Literally, what I'm saying is that who is he going to fight next? Is it Ryo? Is it?
Stop. Please stop.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you some questions now.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can get to what you're saying.
I just want to know who you're going to fight next.
I'm gonna ask some questions because you asked me 3 different questions.
Who you going to fight next? That's what I'm going to say. Who you think?
So who he going to fight next is not the same thing as asking me who can beat him.
I really didn't ask.
And who he's able and who he will fight next is not the same thing as asking me who he can fight next. So you've literally, please let me finish.
Go ahead.
You've literally asked me 3 different questions. Which one of those questions do you want an answer to?
All of them, Mr. Martin. All of them. Every
now you're gonna triple the number of questions you have to ask.
No, because all I wanted to know. I said who. Okay, this is what I want to ask. And I don't believe I said who could beat. Like I'm saying, who do you think that he's gonna fight next? Is it Ryo or whatever? Is it like, because obviously Devin Haney don't want no smoke. Obviously Shakur Stevenson don't want any smoke.
Are you going to ask me the question, or are you going to ask me the question and then answer it yourself?
Oh no, I'm going to ask you.
You want to then ask me the question?
I just did like 3.
No, then you went into a long explanation.
Who do you think he's going to fight next, Fanon?
Bro,
Mr. Martin, who is he going to fight next?
I don't know who he's going to fight. I don't know. I'm going to wait until you find out just like you.
Let me make it clear to you. Who would you want him to fight next?
God dang, that's the 4th question.
Yeah, well, answer it. You have not answered.
Hell no. Do you get 1 question? Every time I ask you what the question is, you come up with a new question. That's 4 questions. That's 4 questions, One Body and Yahweh. Pick 1 question. 1.
All right, my bad. Okay, I'll do that for you. Okay, so Mr. Martin, who do you think he will fight next?
I don't know who he will fight next.
Okay,
I'm waiting to find out.
Okay, can I ask you 1 more question? Let me do
one. Because you know.
Okay,
other people,
right.
Bro. You got to
cool beans. That's cool. But what I was trying to say is what the whole point of what I was getting at, sir, is that he's with turkey salad coming to the play with all this boxing stuff. There is nobody like they can't line stuff up anymore. So now you have Canelo like, I don't want to mess with turkey salad. Then you have him saying, I don't want to mess with turkey sandwich. So now you have the 2 top dogs not messing with one person. Now
Hey
you
man, I
have
gotta
a
let you. Hey,
situation.
hold on, man. You got to come back, man. I've had Phoenix assassin waiting for a long time,
I,
and now you're talking about
I
turkey
understand that,
salads.
but you know, you have
You're
to
talking
realize
about
this too,
turkey
Fanon.
sandwiches and turkey salads.
Oh, I mean, listen, I'm not on the payroll, brother. I'm letting you know
What
right
does
now.
the payroll got to do with the turkey salads and the turkey sandwiches?
Because let me tell you something. When you stand on 10 toes, you don't have to bend, break, nor fold. Okay, just be real with it. Like, so I don't subscribe to none of that. So I'm telling you right now, you'll debate with everybody else, but you never want to debate with me because you know I really can talk to you in a very
What are you talking about?
You know I can
Bro.
debate. You know I can talk to you. You know I can
No,
talk
what
to
are
you in
you
that
talking
language,
about?
brother. You know I can
What's
talk to
wrong
you in
with
that language. And you know what I'm saying. We can talk in that language if you
No,
like
what are
to.
you? What's going on, man?
Yeah, my fraternal. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I will talk to you in that language. But so you don't want to do
What
it.
are you
though.
talking about, man?
Okay, yeah, okay.
You've spoken
All right.
for like seriously. You've
No.
spoken for like
Honestly,
3
what I'm
minutes,
saying is that
and
turkey
I don't know
critique or
what
whatever
the
his
hell
name
you
is, turkey
said for 3
sandwich.
straight
I
minutes.
don't care about none of the money. That just like when he said, "I don't want."
Dog, no. You got to stop. Nigga, you have not stopped talking for like 5 minutes, and you ain't made no sense. Dude, you have made no sense whatsoever, dog. Hopscotch and turkey sandwiches and salads and man, what are bubblegum festivals? What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Hold on, man. I had to slow down. Let me make sure. Hold on. Hey, Phoenix, you can join me. I'm sorry for keeping me back there so long. Hold on a second.
All good, all good.
Hey, what's up, man? Look, like I said, I just want to make the live pop, and that's it, man. I love it, man. That's all we trying to do. We trying to just make this channel explode. That's all I'm trying to do, brother. Promise you. Peace and love. That's all it is. I swear to God. Hey, sometimes when you debate and just BS, and sometimes you have to go. I see. Look, sometimes you have to go to the other side, the opposite side, just to make sure everybody recognize. You feel me? That's it. That's all it is. You hear me? I love you. You know I love you, you know I do. So, but I don't like them other scam ass channels, man. Let's be real. I don't like them other scam ass channels that piggyback off of what you do. So, in order to bring people here, I would debate you and up and down. But you know it's all love. You know it's all love, Mr. Martin.
All right, I got you, man. Well, I'll get back with you one body in Yahweh. You have a wonderful day.
Man, blessing, shalom to everyone in the chat. Like I said, I come in here, I make fun of a lot of things, but just like I said, I just want people to like this. So, man, hit the like, subscribe button, send that cash app, do all that. Please do that because Fanon is a real one. He is the early morning. He's it's always
Hey, man, I'm going to try to get off one more time. And if it don't work, I'm shutting this fucking button
you
down.
don't see why I'm doing it, right?
I do. I'm just telling you right now.
All right,
I'm going to try to politely say goodbye one more time.
No.
If you do
can't get
not
off
say
until I say
goodbye
so.
and click
It's
this
not
damn
until
button,
I say
I'm
so.
throwing you off. Bro, hey, man, I'll holler back at you. It was nice talking with you, bro. Come back tomorrow. All righty. Phoenix, what's up, man?
Man. Oh, we. Yeah. But man, the whole situation with Eddie, it's kind of a funny one because Haney and his back lies,
You breaking up.
talking about, oh, we got like, oh man, yeah, I know I'm on the road. I don't know if I'm in a bad area or what. You hear me now?
You break. Start talking.
All right. How's everything sounding right now? Everything better?
It sounds better.
Or still breaking up? Still choppy? All right.
No,
All right. So yeah, like those. All right, good deal, good deal. So like, everything going on with like Eddie Hearn, like it's kind of strange because you remember the whole situation with the Haney's and potentially, or how they were talking about, oh, we got this big offer for Tank at the 20 million or whatever, and then trying to negotiate with Tank through DMs on Twitter, and then a little bit after that, they had the whole thing where people thought that the Conor Ben fight was actually serious. And Eddie Hearn still trying to message Tank in the DMs, and Tank put it out there. And it's like, a situation like that, where it's not like Eddie doesn't know how to set up a fight with a PBC fighter. Contact Al Heyman. Like all promoters all know. Everybody in boxing knows. Like if you want to fight somebody, you know who you have to talk to get that fight. Like I don't know how there's fans of boxing who don't understand that. Like they all in this business. Like if Eddie Hearn want to do something with, who is it? Frank Warren with Queensberry, or if you want to do something with Top Rank and Bob Arum, if you want to do something with Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya, or PBC and Al Heyman, like he knows who he got to contact. Like even if it's Don King. All these promoters, every single one of them, Bob Arum, Oscar De La Hoya, all of them know who to contact for certain fighters if they want to go ahead and get a fight done. And so the fact that Eddie Hearn was willing to do some stuff like that shows you when they ain't serious. Like you can always tell when some fighters got something lined up because then they start talking different. Like the whole situation with Shakur currently, and Eddie Hearn talking about the fights that he could get for him. Like before Shakur had even signed, Eddie Hearn was talking about a fight at 140, and then a fight with Zepeda and a fight with Tank. Now it's a fight with Joe Cordina, maybe Zepeda, and then hopefully Tank is what he was saying if Shakur wins these next two fights. And the thing with that is Oscar been back and forth about whether or not he want to do the fight with Shakur and Zepeda, and Eddie Hearn can't guarantee that because that's Oscar's fighter. Oscar might have a change of heart. Maybe Zepeda got a change of heart. Maybe Zepeda might go a different route because he's ranked #1 for all 4 sanctioning bodies at 135, unless they've updated the rankings since the WBC ordered the mandatory for him and Shakur. So with Oscar at first saying, unless Shakur signs with Golden Boy, the Zepeda fight ain't happening. Then he turned around and say, okay, maybe I'll do it. Eddie Hearn's, promises of guaranteeing that fight, I don't see how he can do that. And then right now they're talking about it's a 2-fight deal and then hopefully a fight with Tank. Well, Cordina's #1. And if they do manage to get that Zepeda fight done, that would be #2. And then they have to figure out, okay, does the bad blood between Eddie Hearn and Tank, is that something that gets squashed so that the fight can happen? Is that something that Eddie can go ahead and, redeem himself in their eyes for? Because, and not just that, but like the fact that he had said some stuff about Tank that, about his questioning his intelligence. What was it last year that he said that? We're talking about like, Tank ain't really too bright, basically, is what it sounded like he was saying. So it's like the fact that Eddie Hearn is somewhat disparaging remarks and then, acting like he don't know Al Heyman is who you go through to try to negotiate a deal for that. I don't see how it makes sense that we could say, okay, Eddie Hearn is interested in making a fight. This makes it more likely to happen. That don't make sense. So we gotta wonder, like, okay, since it's just this 2-fight deal, is what Eddie Hearn came out and said. After these 2 fights are up, we got Cordina and then Zepeda, hopefully, unless something happens and that fight ends up not going through. What's going to happen whenever it comes time for a fight with Tank? Like I guess they said Shakur told Eddie not to go ahead and pursue that. And hopefully it's because, he's worried about Eddie messing it up and he got a different route he want to go for it. But Eddie Hearn's promises of, fights with people from other promotions is about the same as Turkey's. Turkey ain't a promoter, but he just willing to put up money for all this. Like, shoot, I don't know how people don't see the comparisons. Like, promoters can only do so much whenever it comes to fighters that are outside of their stable. And when it comes to fighters outside of the stable, there, we got to be real about, okay, how have deals been done with these guys before in the past and what happened? Like one of the things that really stands out was Ryan Garcia. The fact that he basically like twisted Oscar's arm into making the fight. And Oscar revealed on that Club Shay Shay interview that he wasn't involved with the negotiations for that fight at all. It was Ryan, his lawyers, and whoever his manager is that went through negotiations with Tank and Al Heyman. Oscar wasn't involved in negotiating at all, according to what he said in that recent interview. So, like, unless it's a deal like that where you got a fighter that wants that fight no matter what, they willing to do something like that, and their promoter is cool with it, then hey, that would be something pretty dope for Shakur to do. But at the same time, it's like I don't even know like what type of team he got or backing he got, with this semi-free agency thing he doing to be able to have that look realistic, for him to get into a fight with Tank, especially when we all know that the big point of contention is going to be the money in that fight because of the perception of Shakur's fights being boring and him not being a draw, and Tank, obviously being the other guy besides Canelo that seems to sell above average compared to everybody else. So I don't know, like this whole situation is just kind of a weird one, I guess. How does Eddie make that happen? I don't know what your thoughts are on what Eddie was saying about that, but I'd be interested to hear him.
All right. Yeah, you're talking about what Eddie had to say about making the fights, those specifically with Shakur?
Yeah, like with Zepeda and Tank, considering they're not with Matchroom.
All right. Okay, cool. Well, let me get these super chats in and I'll do that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Thank you, Phoenix. Get back.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Andre Noble, sorry, brother. I didn't get to this. He said, thanks for the 10 count, Martin. Zepeda over Shakur. I did get that, though, but thank you, man. I got Shakur over Zepeda. Phenomenal Show said, wrench requests are busy. I just got that. I told you that the move to Matchroom was going to rear its ugly head for Boots Noop. Now he can't get big fights over there. Funny stuff. No, I mean, they really can't because they're surrounded. But they went and got the money. They took the Terrence Crawford route. Dean, by any means, for all the Earthmen, Mr. Martin. What's going on, Dean, by any means? Man, it's rough out there in Philadelphia, man, with y'all doing all that craziness out there, man. Man, I should have got me some more water while he was up here. Dean, okay, what's up? Anyway, so yeah, the answer to the question is, I mean, that's how boxing works. Whenever you have somebody that is the big draw with a different promoter, that adds a different layer of competition of complication to it. And these dudes are not going to be trying to, go feed. Number one, they don't have a lot of money for Shakur's fights. That's what Eddie Hearn said coming in the door. I don't think that they're wasting a ton of money out there. So, the opponents for these guys are going to be funny. You have both Brian Norman and Amanda Stanionis saying that Eddie Hearn's offers for fights with them and Jaron Ennis were very weak offers. Hey, man, thank you, Bird 101. Thank you, man. Send my support, Martin. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you greatly, sir. The support is needed and appreciated. Let me put this link in the chat, man. Maybe I can get an argument with King. He can lecture me for 30 minutes today. I'm on a lot. I talk a lot on this live stream. So it's nice sometimes, man. I wish I could like King. Because this would be interesting to know, man, exactly why it is that Turki Al-Sheikh cannot buy these fights. Because if Turki Al-Sheikh was just buying fights because he just loves boxing and not to do with what the mission of He said, Fanon, don't spoil us with G-Man today. Nah, seriously, man, I'll talk to, me, I'm cheap. I'll talk to anybody. I'll talk to anybody, man, about this boxing. Eddie has turkey salad sandwich. Oh, man. I got what the dude was saying. Like, don't get me wrong. I knew what he was saying when he was doing all of that. Turkey salad, turkey sandwich. I got all of that, dog. I knew exactly what he was saying. I just was wondering, like, bro, why are you trying to fast talk me and try to confuse talk me, man? Fanon, did you just say my little partner, Gary King? Yeah, Gary King Paul. Gary King Paul. Hey, thank J Slim 03. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man, for supporting the live stream. Much appreciated. I don't see a comment by you in here, Mr. Roberts. But yeah, man, I'll talk anybody up today, man. That's hilarious, dog. The funniest thing is still Claymore Rain. Claymore Rain is still funny to me, man. Ooh, that's funny. Thank you, RBZ. Hey, let me go check that. RBZ. Super chat. Oh, I don't see it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't see it. For some reason, it didn't show, man. Some reason it didn't show. Because the last one is Dean. Phenomenal show. Andre Noble. I see you, Sean. And Andre Noble. So we have 3 people that donated today. Those are the only ones. Those are the only ones that I see. Earthmen. For us Earthmen. Yeah, I fried his ass like bacon, Deuce Mason. I cooked his ass like bacon is what happened. Let the truth be told. Dude jumped into the fire, got fried up. Man, you tripping, you tripping, Rick Timms. You saw that shit. What's going on, Sean?
Fanon, how you doing, man?
Man, I can't complain about a thing, man. Living life, trying to make it. Got people like Nicole Matthews showing the love in the Cash App. Thank you so much for sponsoring this live stream.
Yeah, man, I won't be long. I just had a little bit, it's been a little while, so I just wanted to chime in, with this whole Tank and Shakur, saga and everything. I was just gonna say this.
Can I listen to you get some more of this very delicious and hydrating lime celery water?
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, do what you got to do.
I know that you probably got at least 3 minutes in you.
So all I'm gonna say is when we keep asking Tank's team, or we ask Shakur, about sending an offer, I think that's the wrong question, because either side, depending on who you side with in this whole thing, either side can hide behind that. I think the right question, and Shakur is the one that's out in the media. The right question to ask Shakur is, did Tank's team reach out to you? What did they propose? And how did those talks end? Or what was your response to that? Not whether a contract was sent, because that right there gets down to the nitty gritty, not about if a contract was sent. The other thing I was going to say is just, looking at the whole picture, I don't think that that Tank or Zepeda was the goal anyway. I mean, we saw all these events, prior while everyone was talking about this fight, in which Shakur was right there next to Turkey, as well as next to Eddie Hearn. They had obviously been talking about this and had been putting their heads together on this for a while. Not to mention Dan Raphael, he does a podcast every week with this British guy. I don't remember the name of the podcast. And in that the one from this week, Dan Raphael said that, hey, I know it seems like Oscar De La Hoya and them were the ones that turned down the fight with Shakur, but that's not what I heard. They actually turned down that fight, Shakur and them. So what that tells me in that case is this was the plan, is for him to get a soft touch this whole time. So that's just my opinion. In my opinion, I think right now, if you want to call it a duck, it's a duck. But again, asking about who sent the contract, I don't think that's the right question. It's, did they reach out? What did they propose? How did the meeting leave off? And what was your thoughts on that? Like, as to what they proposed, not whether the contract was sent, because all of them basically say the contracts are always done at the very last part after all the terms and everything have been discussed and met. So that's all I got.
Yeah. After you, that's the documentation process of it. After you agree to everything, then
Right.
you tighten up the documentation, and then you read it and formally approve the formal version, final version of it. But yeah, all right, man.
Right.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. Yep. No problem. I'll see you.
All right, man. Get back. Peace. Yes, sir. T. Will says, salute, Fanon. Good morning, family in the chat at the real job today. Listen, that's what's up, T. Wells. I hope the business is going well. Thank you for that support, man. It's big. Thank you. Phenomenal shows that Turkey can't make a fight whenever he wants just because he's willing to pay for it. I'm glad people are starting to see that now. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, definitely. It's not guaranteed just because of that. And John Bowman, Fanon the GOAT, Tank versus everybody. Shout out. And by the way, man, please don't pull me into nonsense with YouTube channels. I don't know whether anybody's biting off me or not. Okay. So I just want to let you know that I do not co-sign the message that people are biting off me, because guess what? It is perfectly possible for no, I know people are biting off me, don't get me wrong. But I can't speak about any particular person unless I see it, because I know that two people can have the same thought and have the same opinion, especially when those opinions are based off logic. Logic will tend to narrow the amount of potential opinions that you have. At least it should, unlike frequent flyer and Hanos fans and people like that. Give me 1 second before I see you. See you, Carl Brown. Man, these politicians call me up so much. I'm not giving nobody no money. No money. Windy City Assassin said, have a good Saturday, Chi-Town. Windy City Assassin, thank you, brother. Carl Brown, how can I help you, man?
Oh, what's good? What's good? But now I'm up here at the practice with my daughters, you know. But first I want to say this to you, for now. Don't worry about. I know you ain't worried about it, but don't worry about somebody biting off you. I told you the other day, it's a lot of people. Even if they biting off you, they putting respect on your name out there. So it's not like they biting off you, and then trying to make it seem like, well, I think some dudes did do that, but majority of the people, they really putting respect on your name out there, for now. Like, you really is like one of the top dudes out there. I told you this the other day. But I do want to address one thing first. When everybody keeps saying Turkey is taking over boxing, I don't see that, for now. Like, because everybody's saying Turkey putting on a big fight. And I asked somebody, tell me one big fight that he put on. Like, just one big fight that he put on. You know what I mean? So I think he's doing the same old thing that every other promoter doing. It's just he making his cards longer. Like, cause his cards be long. Like, by the time you get to the main event, you be like, I ain't gonna front. You be ready to like this. Oh, let me see what else on TV. You know what I mean? That's why with his cards, what I do, I just wait till it get to probably like the last 3 fights, and I start really watching. Unless somebody on there I want to see. But let's address this Shakur Stevenson. Man. And I don't like calling nobody no duck. I tell you that straight up. I really don't like calling nobody no duck. But this move that Shakur doing, say what y'all want to say, he making sure that he stay away from Gervonta Davis. He's really making sure he stay away from Gervonta Davis. And the reason why I say this because even us as fans, we knew from the beginning Gervonta Davis don't want to do no business with Eddie Hearn. I heard people screaming from the top of the mountain. Shakur Stevenson is a free agent. Shakur Stevenson is a free agent. It's up to Tank. Tank is the A side. Tank is the A side. Tank got it. And then they was misleading people talking about Tank got to send a contract. We all know the contract don't got to get sent. They could talk. There's some type of communication. But for Shakur Stevenson to go sign with Eddie Hearn, and then Eddie Hearn made it clear, like, I'm not signing people to one fight deals. I'm not signing people to, I don't even like doing 2 fight deals. I really like doing 3. That's what people got to pay attention to. So after this 2 fight deal, y'all think that Shakur Stevenson going to sign a 1 fight deal or leave Eddie? As long as he get pampered like this he getting pampered better than he was over there on Top Rank. Because for your first fight to be a guy that you pull up from 130 and he coming off a loss, come on, Fernand, this don't look good for him. And I'm just calling a spade because I really believe that Shakur know, just like we know. I just don't think that he's ready for Tank right now. I think but his mouth is what got him to this point. His mouth is what got everybody hating him because he was telling even Edwards, I'm going to stop you. I'm going to beat the out of you. Then Awesome, I'm going to beat the out of you. I'm knocking you out. Like he said this on the press conference. Now for everybody seeing trying to act like Shakur doing something that's okay. It's not okay. We boxing fans. We hear it too. You can't see us talk like that and then get in the ring and then really shit the bed. You really can't do that. So we saying we want the best to fight the best. It's no way no real boxing fan should be backing up a guy, fighting a guy, bringing him up from 130, coming off a knockout loss, not a decision loss. This guy got knocked out, even though, I seen the punch and he just never recovered from it. But still, this guy coming off a knockout loss. So even if Shakur go in this fight and struggle with Cordina, I don't know what this. I don't know what to say for now. But if he go in this fight and he struggle with Cordina, this gonna make him look real bad.
He ain't about to struggle with no Cordina.
For everybody,
He ain't about to struggle with
Cordina. I said if. We can sit here and say that right now. For now.
I heard you say if.
I'm not saying he is. No, I said if.
And I'm telling you he ain't. I got you. I know you said if. I'm just telling you don't worry about that if. Don't worry about that if. He ain't about to struggle with Cordina.
All right, do you consider Shakur Stevenson as one of the greats?
What do you mean greats?
As like best fighters, as one of the great fighters, like on Tank level. Like I'm saying, because we made it clear, Tank is up there. Tank is top notch.
Look, I'll tell you what I think. I think he's one of the best fighters in boxing.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I think so. I think he's one of the best fighters in boxing.
I went back, and I think I was saying this on somebody else's channel too. I really went back and I was looking at a couple of Shakur fights. Like I noticed something that's really that separate him and Tank by a lot. Shakur don't never throw his hands on like while he moving. Shakur is fighting flat-footed. Only time he let his hands go, he let somebody stop and stand. Like, or unless he a count. I don't see nothing special. Like, so when everybody see that jumping out the way and he not getting touched, he don't fight like Tank. And to be honest, he don't even fight like Frank Martin. I mean, we can see him trying to say what Tank did to Frank Martin, but Frank Martin can counter off the move, could punch off the move, defense off the. Shakur is really like a flat-footed fighter to me. With and that's just from what I see. And I ain't shit on him because I box with him. But I just don't see what everybody else is saying they see. I really don't see it. I don't see what everybody.
All right, you breaking up, brother, and you're not letting me get in. Hey, you breaking up, bad man, and you're not letting me get a word in, bro. Okay, I don't I don't want to have to yell at people, man, to get an edge to get a word in, brother. But look, man, that's just, you don't think that he's all that, dude. There's a difference between saying, is he one of the best fighters in boxing, and is he going to beat Tank? I got Tank winning the fight, but I still think he's one of the best fighters in boxing. You know what I mean? Round one sports talk. How can I help you?
Hey, how you doing, Fanad? Thank you for letting me on the channel. I just wanted to, touch up on a couple things. Let me lower this right here. I got my speaker on. I'm sorry, getting an echo. All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, talking about the Shakur's Tank Davis situation, and also having an understanding as a fan that, I consider boxing a business disguised as a sport. And at this level in the game, there are a lot of moving parts. And I can understand that the confusion of boxers also attaching their names to other boxers to keep their name irrelevant in the game. I've seen that throughout boxing, like we've seen that a lot of times. But there's a strong argument for wanting these fights now, because sometimes we don't get these fights. When we had the era on the 135, when we had all the TOs and Tank Davis and the Lomas and the Four Horsemen, the Ryan Garcias, we really never got those fights. And I got to commend Ryan Garcia for stepping up and giving us some of those fights. But now here we are, present day, and it seems like, there's a lot of controversy behind this fight. But make no mistake, let's not keep be confused on what's really going on in front of us. Loma was supposed to fight Tank Davis with a few key strikes and little text. He slid out the back door with very little criticism. He can come on and say, I don't choose to fight my countrymen, and people will be okay with it. Saul say, I don't fight Mexicans. But if an American fighter says, I don't want to fight my other American brother, they call him all kinds of names.
Yes, they
and
do.
It's like we're built to attack each other. And it's because of what my belief is. In American sports, we're taught to fight against each other because all we do is play against each other. In football, Americans play against Americans. In basketball, Americans play against Americans. And you're forced to pick your team or your player. And in boxing, it's a global sport. And that we don't understand that sometimes the American guys shouldn't attack the American guys. We should beat the other countries, like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford once upon a time did. They cleaned out the division until there was only them two standing. That's the right way I feel to do it. We're giving our guys, and we're also talking shit about our guys. Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis on the same American team. They can compete against each other, yes. But when you're saying F you to one, you're saying F you to America. Just remember that. Because that's our guys competing against our guys. And as in a business aspect, we need to watch out for these pitfalls. When Loma can slide out the back door, get no criticism for this, but he can publicly say, I won't fight the other Ukrainian fighter because he's my countryman. See how they treat each other around the world? How do they view us, Americans? Probably like savages. They say, yo, we just put out a little tweak and watch them attack each other and just step back. Loma can get Tank Davis to do his dirty work, and we can vouch for it, unwillingly not suspecting what's really going on. By the time Loma fights Tank, he had defeated Shakur, knocked him out the way. He could come in, pull an upset, and walk off with 3 belts. He got the American to knock off the American. And in history, let's just be honest. What beats a black American fighter? Another black American fighter.
Yep. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, round one. Yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate your feedback. Get back with you, man. Peace.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, man. Anytime. T. Orlando, you are one hating ass son of a gun, dog. Phoenix the Assassin said, for great content and funeral. Hey, no, seriously, though, man. I appreciate that, man. That was good. I appreciate that. That was an interesting perspective. For great content and funeral arrangements for Shakur's career, if he can't at least knock down Cordina. Also, people think Tank was, also, people should think Tank was invited out by the Olympic team. How likely was his team to work a deal before his return? Unlikely. T. Orlando is not worth noticing. T. Orlando is not worth noticing. What can I say? T. Orlando is not worth noticing. I do notice him, but I always feel like I'm losing money when I do it. When I notice what T. Orlando's saying. First of all, dog, I've been told y'all. I've been told you who the most influential was. It's the kid. Because if you steal my stuff, if I give you a thought, you steal my thought, and you repeat my thought, it's still my thought. It's still my thought. I know where you got it from. Everybody else that got it from the same place knows where you got it from. So it's good enough for me because when I need to, I just cook one of y'all from long distance. Hating ass T. Orlando. So no, T. Orlando it ain't worth me listening to T. Orlando talking about I ain't got ideas or stealing. Shit, I got better than ideas. Deborah Booker, hey, said just a little something to help out for all the hard work you do. Thank you, Deborah. I hope you're doing well, and I hope it's still going well for you, if you know what I mean. Just a little something to help out for all the hard work you do. God bless. Thank you so much, Deborah Booker. Thank you. And Ramisu says Shakur knows Tank is an exception to the no more excuses, no more ducking, no more picking shirts he wears, no more cherry picking shirt he wears. Seems he'd rather keep his win streak and clout chase Tank. Well, we'll see. Let me leave this money up here, man. Thank you so much for that support because you know what this is. And Barbara Davis said a very busy Martin, but tuned in. Salute, chat. Barbara D, you were very missed, and people worried about you. To the absolute opposite of Barbara D and what people have been looking forward to and being concerned about. How can I help you, sir?
Yo, I like that introduction. Thank you. How you doing today?
I mean, I'm doing pretty well.
Good. I'm gonna be serious today. I ain't coming to troll. I got some serious boxing questions for you, if that's okay. So with
question,
you
got
serious,
one
right?
question.
Well, I mean, it's like parts, but it's
no. I mean, no. I need one question, dog, because you know I'm a busy man. I'm influential.
You just let that dude ask you 38 questions before you kicked him off, and I did feel bad for you in that moment. That was crazy.
That man didn't ask me 38 questions. He just talked a very long time.
Fair enough.
And the last guy that was up, I'm sorry, you're talking about the guy before the guy that was up last. The last guy that was up that was talking about our United States and American fighters not fighting Americans. No, that dude didn't even ask me a question. It was nice listening to what he had to say, and I respected it despite hating.
I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about I'm
talking about Orlando distracted me. No, you're talking about the person.
I was talking about the dude like 15 minutes ago.
They did not ask me. Carl Brown did not ask me questions. He didn't ask me a lot of questions. He just had a lot of opinion. But you get one question.
So this is my question, right?
2 parts maximum.
Cool. So this is my question. All right, cool. So with Shakur Stevenson off the table, with Top Rank, Golden Boy Matchroom pretty much seeming to be under one umbrella, right? What are Gervonta's options at 130 and 135? Because I remember Leonard Ellerby said that 140 was not his weight. He wasn't really comfortable there, and he would be at 135. So who are Tank's options between 130 and 135 that the paying public will really want to see? Not just because they support Tank, but a generally competitive fight that people want to watch.
I'm stuck between whether I correct you on the very crazy misstatement that you just made, or should I just go ahead and ignore it and
can do
move
both.
forward with your question, which is obvious.
Either works. Either one works.
Well, the obvious answer is whoever Gervonta fights.
Yeah, but that's kind of
Whoever steps into the ring with him is who he can fight that will be interesting to the general public. Anybody who fights.
Nah, I'm talking about that quality foe where there's no questions asked, not him pulling a guy down from a weight class, not dragging a guy up. I'm talking about a real quality, because I don't think there's many 50-50 fights with Tank. I think the only 50-50 fight is probably Shakur, and I'd say him and Devin 60-40 in favor of Tank. But I'm talking about a close fight where you like, damn, like Tank could actually lose this one. Tank might be in a little bit of trouble.
You gotta pick which one. You're doing what old dude did.
No, I'm still on the same. We still on the same street. We in the same street.
Or I'm not.
You know,
I'm not done. I'll let you finish, and I'm not done with saying what I said. What I'm going to say.
Go for it.
You are not. You're doing the same thing that other dude did, where you start conflating terms. You said, "Who can he fight that people will be interested in?" Now you switched it over to who can be a 50-50 fight, or who can win the fight.
It's just I'm saying people that the public has interest in seeing.
I'm not done.
Come on, let's be nice today, man. I'm in a good mood.
I'm being nice, so stop cutting me off. If you want to be nice, stop cutting me off.
Brother.
So you asked those are two different things. So he can fight somebody that can be a draw or people want to see, and that person still not be able to beat him. There may not be a 50-50 fight for Terrence Crawford in all of boxing until he gets to 168. That doesn't mean that there's nobody that he can fight that is acceptable. Those are two different things.
So I'm asking because
I'm not done. So I'm going to ask you, which one of the questions do you want me to answer? Do you want me to answer the question about A, who can he fight that is better, that can beat him, or B, who do I want to see him fight that I think people will pay to see him fight?
I'm not saying who do I want to see that can beat him, because the person who I think could beat him is unavailable. Shakur Stevenson is fighting Joe Cardina. So I'm saying, okay, what's next and what's under the PBC stable that people really want to see? I'm not talking
Now you
about
added another thing in there. You said
what,
now
the PBC stable? I said that in my initial question, Fanon.
No, you didn't.
I guess I did. I said with
okay,
everybody.
Well, let me go back to your original statement and fix the flaw in your original statement. The flaw in your original statement was when you said the flaw in your original statement that I decided not to address and just answer the question as if I didn't hear it. You said that Matchroom, Golden Boy, and Top Rank are all under one umbrella. No, they're not. Top Rank is not under the same umbrella. Top Rank is not under the same umbrella that Matchroom is under, nor is it under the same umbrella that Golden Boy is under. They're not even on the same network.
Can I clarify what I was saying?
So you have Lomachenko, who is in the mix to fight Gervonta right now. He said he wouldn't fight before the end of the year, so it may be February. So there's an option. The guy he was negotiating to fight, Lomachenko.
Well, Loma's not on the table.
I'm going to answer your question. That's one. He can wait for Lomachenko if he feels like it. That's one.
I got news for you. He's never getting that fight.
Number two, he can fight Barancek for a unification fight if he wants to, because he's already doing business with Bob Arum for Lomachenko. So there shouldn't be any problem with him doing business with Bob Arum for Barancek. He can go that route. So he can also fight whoever else he feels like fighting. He can fight whoever whatever promoter is willing to put their fighter in there with him, which is a lot of people, considering he's the biggest draw that there is below 168. He's not going to have any problem getting fights.
I didn't say he have a problem getting fights. I'm asking who is the opponent that people want to see him fight. Because by that standard, no one should have a problem with Shakur and Joe Cardina. Then, if Tank can fight whoever he wants, then nobody should care about anybody fighting anybody. It shouldn't matter.
No, here's the problem: shouldn't and does are different things. Because in the case of Gervonta Davis, it doesn't matter. Because Gervonta Davis just fought Frank Martin and did 400,000 pay-per-views and a $12 to $14 million gate.
Well, people going to pay to see Tank knock people out, but
Sure,
that's not what I'm getting at,
no,
though.
That is the answer to your question.
Tank cannot continue to skate through his career in these 80, 20, 90, 10 fights.
That's your answer to your. But that's the answer to your.
That wasn't the answer. But I mean, if that's what you say, then all right, whatever.
Who's the last guy that Gervonta Davis fought that people paid a lot? That a lot of people paid to see?
Ryan Garcia.
No, it was Frank Martin. It was the very last fight. He did 400,000 pay-per-views.
Who said he did 400,000? I never saw that number.
Who said it? Dan Rayfield.
Where'd you get that number from?
Rayfield. I believe that came from Dan Rayfield.
Does that make it accurate if Dan Rayfield said it?
I mean, I'll take it as good enough. He did out the gate. He did a $14 million gate.
I never saw that number. I don't even think the number ever got.
The fact that you're behind on particular information.
Other than Dan Rayfield saying it, have you ever seen
Dude, the last person, I'm telling you, you're cutting me off too much. As far as I know, from reputable sources, Gervonta Davis did perfectly well in his last fight with Frank Martin. He did better than everybody has done over the last several years with Ryan Garcia. He did well with Hector Garcia, set an attendance record with Hector Garcia in D.C. He sold out with like 7 or 8 times in a row.
Man, you talking about in D.C. with Hector Garcia? He was 20 minutes from Baltimore and an hour from Philly. That wasn't hard.
Doesn't matter. He's a draw. He made
that wasn't
money.
hard to do. That wasn't hard to do. But
there are people in Baltimore. You know, there when you say people want to see him, that there are actual people in Baltimore and people in D.C. and those people went.
So, I just want to know why is there no pressure on Tank to fight any quality opponent? Why can Tank just fight whoever Tank wants to fight? Why can't he fight a quality opponent? They're out there.
You have some very dishonest questions going on.
No, these ain't. I'm not trying to get.
No, you are, because you're on question like number 8.
You take questions about Tank very personally, and you take questions about him personally, like it's an attack on you.
No, I just don't have all day to answer a bunch of questions.
You got all day. You ain't doing nothing else.
Fuck off, nigga. Go shut up. I'm trying to talk to your buffoon ass. How can I help you, Daniel?
Yo, what's going on, Fana? I just want to go ahead and say for the last dude that doesn't know what he's talking about, I don't know why he's saying Tank does not have any that they 80-20 fights when he fought Ryan, and he even said in the little interview thing, he said that he was nervous to get hit with the hook. So I don't know why he's saying that Ryan was not a reputable opponent. 80-20. I think Frank Martin was a reputable. I even think Mario Barrios, Gamboa, even what's his name, the one he knocked out for the when he became a champion, I forgot his name, Pedraza. Because if we look back, Pedraza was what? He was 22-0. So for him to say that, I mean, I don't think people care at this point. People just want to see a knockout, and I think even Paulie has even said it. I've even heard some of the other greats say, "Oh, we just want to see Tank fight." So for him to go off and say that he's not fighting reputable opponents, he just hates Tank, and he's probably a Devin lover. That's all I gotta say. You have a good one, Fana.
All right, man. Peace. Nah, he's just a fan. He's just a fan. That's all it is. Shakur tweeted out and said, Cordina ain't seen this level before, so it better match up with his fighting in the ring. Fair enough. I can live with that one. Big Kafka, how can I help you?
Good morning or good afternoon, brother. How you doing, man? It seems like my.
Well, you know what I want to know?
Go ahead.
Why do you young men ask me how am I doing and never give me an opportunity to answer?
Well, I usually do, but I mean,
But how about you just do? Because the last dude did it, the dude before did that. I'm sitting up here like, God dang, hey, how you doing? Off to the damn races, man.
I just
if you gonna ask me how I'm doing, at least pretend like you care.
I was just following the trend, man. Everybody came up quick.
Yeah, I got it. So we're gonna have to cut that trend off, dog.
I ain't want you to blame or accuse me of being up here taking up too much time. You feel me? How you doing, Fanon? How you doing on this Saturday morning, afternoon?
I'm talking to a lot of kids.
Wow. Good thing
I
you
don't
on
know
the
if
phone.
you guys know this. You know how you want to
with a
call me
grown man.
OG? You know how you want to call me OG all the time? You know
Yeah,
you OG.
I mean, you got a gray beard with a lot of
Oh, how about
experience.
you just let me answer the question? I'm going to explain to you how I feel.
Go ahead.
OG, because you see, like you said, my gray beard, and you're like, oh, he's older. Do you know what the equivalent of that is for me listening to y'all dumbasses? You don't know shit and you act like little kids. You're still half kids.
But no, why am I catching all these strays for these past?
Because you know better. You know better than to say hello to somebody and not let the man answer you when you say it. It comes
You're
off
absolutely
like
correct, and I
like you
usually
don't
do.
care.
I was just
You're raised better than that.
You're
You're raised
absolutely
better
right.
than that. Let me tell you, dude, I did a video. Y'all don't think this affects the kid. It does. I was listening to this video about, I did a video today over on MH Blackwell about, what is his name? Again, I keep killing it. YBC Dull. This rapper that got killed
Yeah,
in Philly.
the Philly dude. Yeah, because he was digging up graves and crazy.
Yeah. And you know what I thought? This is crazy. I went up and told my wife. I was like, man, this is crazy. What happened? And she was like, oh, that's so sad. That's so sad.
That shit is not. That shit was. I seen that shit coming the moment he got on the white man's interview. The Adam 22 guy. He got on his interview and died like 2 days later.
Yeah, you're not good at listening. Slow up. So what I thought was, that's not how I feel. I mean, it is a shame that it happened, but looking at what it did, I was like, is this dude? What kind of shit is this? Like, don't y'all know the job is to get paid, get your money, and get out of Dodge? You know what I mean?
No, you're right.
That's the Tupac effect, bro. It's Tupac. Go ahead, man.
No,
So what you want to talk about with boxing, bro?
You're absolutely right about that. But
It's our fault. It's all fart. It's our fault. It's our fault that we did that to y'all, man. I want to go find people my age that daddied y'all. Had y'all crazy. Go ahead, man.
Anybody saying that's a tragedy, like knowing what that man did, like that it was bound to happen sooner or later. It just happened sooner for him. But anyways, what I really wanted to talk about was it's crazy how these Shakur fans are so upset because when it comes to Tank, he can make any fight an amazing show, and all these people have so much faith in Tank getting exposed. Every fight, there's a new story about how this guy might do it and how this guy might do that. People were bigging up Frank Martin, talking about, oh, he might finally be the one to do this to Tank and actually affect Tank and blah, blah, blah. And talking about how it's a 50-50 fight and da-da-da-da-da. And people that actually know what's going on, they looking like, yeah, 50-50, right? Okay. But then when it actually happens and it's not 50-50, now it's, oh, he doesn't have any quality opponents. He doesn't fight anybody. But they were just bigging up this guy. They were just literally talking about how he has a chance. Like, I don't understand that logic. It's confusing to me. And also, Tank at this point can, if someone has a track record, right, of constantly putting on great shows, constantly doing amazing gates, constantly like putting on spectacular performances, the man can fight anybody he fucking wants, bro. Get over it. He can fight my granddaddy. Motherfuckers is gonna pay and watch that fight. I'm sorry if I'm cussing too much, Phenom, but
You are cussing too much.
It's crazy when these people complain about that. It's like he put in the work. He earned that. He earned that right. Get over it. Tell your favorite fighter to earn the right. Stop bigging people up before they get to where they need to go. Like, that's y'all problem. They want to put these people on a pedestal before it's too early. They about ready to end Brian Norman's career, throwing this man to the wolves. Like, the man is not ready for Boots. But people want to, fight Boots. Fight Boots. It's a duck if you don't fight Boots right now. You just heard this man tell you that Boots whipped his ass 4 times in sparring. The man just told you that he's 0-4, and y'all really want him to. He can fight. Nobody's saying he can't fight, but the thing is, he's outmatched. It's like what? So you just think that this is gonna be the time for him to somehow win when he's 0-4? Like I just don't get that logic. So my point is, they need to let these people grow, because they about to do the same thing to Abdullah Mason. They about to do the same thing to the only person I think is going to survive that is Keyshawn Davis, because I think he's actually a dog. And whenever Bob Arum gets tired of him and tries to throw him to the wolves and expect him to lose, Keyshawn Davis going to pull something out of his ass. But the rest of them, they not really like that, man. They let them kids grow. Like, this shit is insane. But yeah, that's all I got for now.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you, thanks you, Big Kafka. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. PDW's sister's daddy. I got to see your face, man. I can't let you on without seeing your face. Okay, I got you. Give me 1 second. Phenomenal Show said, know that now that Tanks, you can cover your face. You don't see. I've seen it now. You're good. Now it's Tank hasn't had any quality opponents. These dudes are silly as shit. It ain't Tank's fault that he had much better that he's that much better than his opponents. Yeah, that's the logic, man. You want to blame somebody for being better. Like, you can be, if you are what if there is no 50-50 matchups with a fighter? If you're the number one fighter in the world, there are no 50-50 matchups with you. You're better than everybody. Hey, Lamar Aikens, thank you so much. That I'm not trying to bring down the show, but this morning, RIP to my little brother. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Jamar Aikens, who passed away this week from cancer at age 42. I got him listening to your show a year ago while driving his work truck. Oh, man. Hey, man, rest in peace. We're going to give a 10 count to Jamar Aikens. And, man, I'm so sorry for your loss, LeVar. Rest in peace. And once again, very sorry for your loss. PDW sister's daddy, how can I help you?
Yes, sir. Just to piggyback off what he talking about. Yeah, Tank could do what he want to, bro. Like, Tank, just like Canelo could do what he want to. Like, these people, they say he could duck Benavidez, he could duck. Tank ain't gonna duck nobody, period. But if the money right, dude got the contract right, everything gonna go the way how it go. Look at Shakur. Shakur knew he could have signed a contract with PBC and went over there and go fought Tank, but he didn't. He needed to build back up what he lost. He lost the fans. He lost the even. Shakur just lost, period. He just lost all around the way aboard. So, in order for anybody who won't try to put their bread up with Tank or try to make a negotiation with Tank, sign, they got to go off of Tank terms. And if it don't go that way, Tank probably ain't gonna sign no contract.
Oh, probably not. You there still?
Dang. Yeah, I'm still here. And another thing to piggyback off what he was talking about, Ryan and Frank Martin and all these other dudes. We don't know the real gate numbers. We don't know the real gate numbers. Everybody be fucking up these gate numbers. But I know for a fact that Ryan got a bigger fan base than Frank Martin. And I'm pretty sure Ryan fans, they had their gate lifted way more than Frank Martin fans. So probably pretty sure he did probably got like $100 million check for Ryan night. Frank, I don't really know, because that probably was all the Tank fans. So everybody who was in the stadium, everybody who was watching, we always watching to watch Frank get knocked out. Yeah, to be honest. Yeah, so to be honest, that was all Tank fans for Frank fight. For Ryan and Tank, that was both of them, and them dudes made hell of a money. They made like so much money. and you can't deny the fact that Ryan and Tank is probably really at the top of the squads. If you want to put everybody back like the four kings, I was naming four kings. If you want to look back at that list, Ryan and Tank is really the only two probably like still at the top of that list. Shakur dead, his career he gotta pick it up unless it's gonna be dead. And Devin killed Ryan's career, so we don't know if he ever even know.
Devin killed Ryan's career?
No, Ryan killed Devin's career.
Oh, okay, yeah, my bad. I heard that backwards.
Yeah, you heard that big backwards. No, even with the Osterine situation, like I don't know, bro. If the man, even Eddie Hearn said the man tried to come in there and try to lose weight, and he didn't lose weight. He sent Scooter in there, and Scooter did what he did. I guess gave him some supplements and left him to dry like that. But hey, we all got to deal with it. We all go through some shit like that. But to be honest, I'm still on Ryan's side. Fuck, I don't really think the Osterine played the big difference because Devin couldn't stay away from that left hook.
No, he really couldn't.
Man, he was addicted to that left hook. Once he got hit in the first round with that left hook, Devin was shook from there. So if Osterine do that, like Ryan would have been hitting him with that same left hook, first round, second round, third round, fourth. Ryan chilled out. Ryan wasn't even in 100% shape. You could tell, like when I watch, Ryan is one of my fighters up there. But son, when you watch Ryan fights, Ryan got a left hook that people don't see, and you can even like who he fought, the Venezuela guy, Ryan hit him with a left hook so quick, like dude ain't even see it. The referees they just thought he fell. Like so, even Tank knew. Tank came in the fight like, man, that dude had me nervous. Like I'm seeing views and clips and dude knocking people out, like flat out. Man, Ryan left hook is that's him. Ryan left hook is him. Like, and Devin couldn't stay away from it. So if they do a rematch, to be honest, I'm looking at the same thing. Devin is not gonna stay away from that left hook. And then Ryan got a right hand too. So people just be thinking he got a left hook. Ryan hit hard with that straight right hand. That's how he set his left hook up. With that right hand. So people gotta understand it. I know casual boxing fans, they just be looking and seeing and just be trying to know what's going on. But you really gotta do your homework and pay attention to these fighters. Like they do 1-2-1s and 1-3-5s and set up body shots. Man, them dudes be setting up different stuff, and they just be looking at a left hook. That left hook came with a right hand before that too.
Yeah, all right. Well, appreciate you, man. Thank you, PDW Sisters Daddy. That's a mouthful,
You have
brother.
a beautiful one.
All right, man.
Hold on, look. Here go my babies right here.
Oh, hey. Are you you in New Orleans?
No, I'm in LA right now.
Oh, no. Hey, where you from?
Look at her. I'm from New Orleans. You got it right.
Oh,
look at that.
Okay. All right, hey, say it to your baby. All right, man.
All right, you have a beautiful one. Thank you.
Yes, sir. LeVar Aikens said, hey, Martin, what are the chances of this Boots Ennis Brian Normers fight happening? And who do you got? Because I think Boots hurts him. Oh, I think there's a chance. A small one. I don't know, man. I don't think I ain't a big believer that Eddie Hearn's going to get them fights done, man. No, I never capped for Kerr. We gonna put you in timeout for blasphemous speak. What's going on, man? What's up? Come on. Thank you, LeVar. Thank you, man. Yeah, I do. And I definitely got Boots. I got Boots beating Brian Norman.
What up, Fanon?
Chilling, man. What's on your mind, man? What's good with you?
Hey, stop this blasphemy about Fanon. This is not directed to you, Fanon. It's directed to the people in the chat. I think Fanon is overly deferential. There's a phrase for you, jabronis. Towards Shakur Stevenson. I think he's been overly generous about the dude's intentions because Fanon could tell you, I've been calling Shakap Twitterson's bluff for over a year now. I've been called the hater by the Shakap fans, both on this channel and other channels. I've been predicting that he was not going to talk to PBC or not give a serious consideration to Al Heyman. So this is not new to me. Fanon has been overly generous and deferential to Shakur. That does not mean that he hates Tank. That does not mean that he's a Shakur fan. He just sees it differently than I do. But I still think he's objective in that. My opinion is that's overly deferential to Shakur Stevenson, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he comes from a bad spot. With that being said, I'm going to stop, Fanon. I'm hearing too much blasphemy here, too much cap, trying to compare Cap Twitterson's Twitter fingers resume with hand-picked top-ranked opponents like George Jetson, a.k.a. Joet Gonzalez, to Tank's resume. Tank's resume is far superior than what Shakur Twitterson has faced. Okay, we're not going to compare Nakathelia and those guys moonlighting as Namibian police officers. La now Africa, yeah, woof. Yeah, woof. To Tank beating Frank Martin, who Shakur wanted to fight, and then when Tank got the fight, you're trashing Frank Martin. We're not going to compare that, dude, because we know that Tank's resume is better than Devin's. It's better than Shakur's. You could say that Shakur is a good fighter. You could say that he's demonstrated skill, but let's not cap and let's not discount Tank's resume, which has been far better. And this is a problem I have with a lot of people, Fanon, because I think that the term great gets thrown around too loosely by a lot of people, not just in the concept of boxing and the sport of boxing, but in life in general. And I think it gets used far too loosely. To me, greatness means demonstrated superiority against elite competition over a sustained and consistent period of time. Break that down again. It means you're facing elite competition and showing separation on a consistent basis. So that's why I can't label Shakur Stevenson a great fighter, because I look at his resume. I look at people like, who's that guy? Valdez, handpicked opponent. I look at Nakathelia. I look at, who was that Last Samurai, Tom Cruise, never fought outside of Japan. I look at guys like that, and I compare it to a guy like Tank's resume, where we're seeing Tank's guy, after they fight Tank, these guys are winning championships. They're much tougher opponents in the day. They're people that you not only want to see Tank fight, but you want to see the guys that are calling out Tank fight, like a Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. I tell you, Fanon, this is just the proof, man. If Tank had fought George Kambosos, Fanon, if he had signed up to fight, who's this, Joe Rogan, Joe Pesci from Goodfellas, if he had fought Joe Cordoba's submarine sandwich, what would there be more outrage than there has been directed towards Devin Haney or towards Shakur Twitterson? What do you think? If Tank had fought these kind of opponents, what would be the reaction?
Man, look, Tank don't fight those type of opponents and still gets all kind of drama.
Exactly.
So, you know, my goodness gracious, man. When he fought, when he was at 130, man, please, ex-champions didn't matter. What's his name? What was the name of those guys, man, that he fought? Fonseca. He fought Fonseca. He fought Nunes. Yeah, they were going crazy.
And he lost that purse bid to that Frank Warren fighter against Liam dude.
Liam Walsh.
Yeah, he lost the purse bid, and so they had to go to the UK, and people were hating on that fight, and that was a mandated fight. Okay, so you're entitled to your own opinions, your own feelings, but you're not entitled to your own facts. We're not going to repeat the same mistake of it's everybody's fault. They're good people on everybody's side. The same thing they tried to do when Crawford was negotiating in bad faith. And I didn't listen, people. I didn't say Crawford was a bad negotiator because he got more than he deserved. He got the farm against Errol Spence. I said he negotiated in bad faith against Errol Spence, and people tried to blame Errol. We're not going to do this when the facts are clearly out there. And we're not going to blame Tank or say that Tank's resume is equal to Shakur's. It's not. That's cap. Because if Tank had fought half these guys that you want, George Jetson and all these guys that people hyped up, Valdez, these guys, then you guys would be upset and up in arms. They would be upset. Now, DAZN, we know under Eddie Hearn, he fed Berlanga a long list of IRA hitmen, and that got him Canelo Alvaroid. So you guys who say, oh, what has he done? What has he done? Or he's going to get these big fights. Hey, Canelo says, David Benavidez hasn't fought anybody, but that's not a criteria for them to get the Canelo fight. So, Fanon, as I say this as I go, I want to get your thoughts on my definition of great. And this is why, to me, I don't consider Canelo a great fighter, because my definition of great is consistent overperformance against elite competition. And if you're not fighting that elite competition on a consistent basis, then you're not showing me you're great. And I want to get your thoughts on that point. And the thought that I think of some minimizing Gervonta Tank Davis's resume. One last thing before I go. I really hope he takes on De Los Santos, just for the pure fact that De Los Santos knocked out Royo, and I think that Rayo Valenzuela, excuse me. He knocked out Rayo. And I think that if you maybe have those two on the same card, a rematch of Rayo and Pitbull, and then De Los Santos and Tank, winners fight, that'd be good. With that, I'm out. Thanks.
Yes, sir. All right, come on, for sure. Big Dog Willie say, you are a Shakur hater, come on, Oz. To be honest, yeah, he been on Shakur's neck for a while, man, saying that I'm overly. Look, I don't know, man. I think Shakur's a great fighter. I've been in Namibia. It's a beautiful country. Oh, okay, that's nice. I don't know where that comes from, but Namibia, where is Namibia? Namibia is where, why would you be mentioning Namibia? That's because somebody that maybe it's the connection between Shakur and Terrence, and then Terrence and Julius Ndungo. Is that something? Is that a country where it had like a boxing opponent that Kamal was trying to clown? Hey, LeVar Akins, man, thank you so much, LeVar, for your support, man. And again, especially what you're going through, man. I'm so sorry for the loss of your brother. Martin, anybody who says Shakur Stevenson is a bum doesn't know ish about boxing. He's definitely a great fighter, and I believe in my heart he beats Tank 8 rounds to 4. Shakur is well skilled. Well, we know he's very, very. Nakathilia is from Namibia. Oh, okay. Yeah, Julius Ndungo's from Namibia too. I always think Julius Ndungo when I think of Namibia. Okay, so you were thinking of, you were calling him like a Namibian taxi cab driver or something. I mean, that was almost like he thinks very highly of Shakur. He said, I wouldn't call him great. Here's this link, though, y'all. So we can try to go up to till we've been here about 2 hours. You know what I'm talking about? One second. I almost made it to a decent conversation with I almost made it and had a decent conversation with Here for Boxing. I really tried that time. I'm telling you, I really tried. I put forth effort with Boxing Hacker that time. Yeah, Here for Boxing. I made an effort to have a conversation with Here for Boxing. I made an effort with King. I'm almost willing to make an effort with Big Kafka.
Almost. But I had one more point to make, man. And I'm sorry, LeVar. I'm sorry about your loss, bro. Condolences to you. But one thing that I've noticed about the Shakur fans is when they talk about how they think Shakur is going to win the fight, they're speaking with emotions. They're not even bringing up, like, when Phoenix had this whole rant and he had every kind of like evidence to back up everything he was saying about how Tank is going to whoop this man's ass and how there's no competition between the two and how he has the better IQ, how he has shown time and time again he can get himself out of sticky situations, how his brain works in that ring in real time, not even in between rounds, in real time. And it's like these Shakur fans simply just say, I just know in my heart. I just know in my heart Shakur can win. Like, that's literally their only argument, Fanon. It's just that they know in their heart that Shakur, like, what else? Like, what can he do? Tell me something, like, please. That's it, though. Like, can the Shakur fan have a legitimate argument with evidence and reason about why they think he can actually beat him without talking about what they believe in their freaking heart? Like, please, like, can I hear a logical explanation because it doesn't make sense. You guys are just running off straight emotion. Like, I used to love the dude too. I actually thought at one point that he was going to be the guy. And you know what? Rolly did an interview. And he said when he said that man will put you to sleep outside the ring, like that shit had like I was just like, wow. It opened my eyes. From that point on, I started realizing that Shakur fooled me. He had me fooled. All that debauchery at 126 and 130, hyping himself up, having people thinking he's that guy. Like, man, don't nobody give a damn about no 126, fam. Come unify at 135. Beat somebody. Like, even if he, like, if Shakur unifies, he overachieved in my eyes. If he unifies at 135, he overachieved. Because I really don't think he could do shit in that division, honestly.
You know he's already unified, right?
He has 2 belts at 135?
No, at 130 though.
I'm talking about 35 though. I know what he did at 30. I'm saying if he unifies at 35, he's overachieved in my book.
Okay, fair enough. Appreciate you. Here's Phoenix the Assassin to say something to you. No, Phoenix the Assassin, y'all both take. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I could bounce right. Yeah, man.
Y'all are now we can't have the double.
Phoenix gonna hype me up. He gonna give me more ideas. But go ahead, Fanon. Yeah, that's really all I have to say.
All right, appreciate you. Thank you, Big Kafka.
Yes, sir. And I know in my heart. I just know in my heart.
All right, man. Gerard Verdier, how can I help you, man?
What's up, Fanon?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing all right. Taking the drive. Just wanted to chat a little bit. The Shakur haters. Dude talking about unification. Tank never unified. Like, he been at 135 how long? He just got a belt. And also, I just wanted to chime in on
he's had a belt for 5 years.
And at 135, an interim or a real official belt?
Unofficial, the same belt he has now, he's had for 5 years. It's a real belt.
Oh, I thought he just got emailed that belt this year when Devin vacated.
Why would you think that?
But I may be wrong. But I just want to chat on the Cordina. Like, people don't know Cordina is a 2-time champ. If you compare his resume to Frank Martin's, who's better? Like, whose resume is better?
Frank Martin. Frank Martin, he didn't get his ass. What are you talking about? Before or after Frank got his ass knocked out?
Period. When you look over the whole thing,
just got his ass knocked because Cordina just got his ass knocked out. Just got
his ass. Both got their ass knocked out.
And Frank was a 30-year-old prospect. Bro, Frank Martin's a better fighter than George Cordina.
Who he beat? He ain't won no belts.
I'm talking about the fighter himself, man. The fighter, one fighter is better than the other fighter, man. George Cordina is coming off a knockout loss, man.
No, I'm saying resume. Like, who has the better resume?
Well, you tell me who he fought. Who did you tell me who Joe Cordina's beaten?
Oh, Joe Cordina, I just know he's a 2-time champ.
You brought up his resume, so you must know it. What's his record?
His record, I believe he lost 2, like 30-2 or something like that.
Dude, he's 17. He was 17.
17-1, my bad. 17-1, yeah.
That's a little bit off, bro. But you don't know anybody you fought? Can you name anybody?
No, I don't know too much. No, I don't know too much. I know Shakur was him was supposed to fight at 130.
So let me be very, very clear. Nobody that he has fought is as good as Michelle Rivera, who Frank Martin beat. None. And that's including the dude that knocked his ass out, Anthony Kakasi. But to see, bro, you said that, but you didn't even know who the dude fought, man. I find that, I find that interesting that you asked me, who did he fight, but you don't know who Joe Cordina fought.
I'm just saying a 2-time champ looks better on your resume than a 30-year-old prospect.
Joe Cordina was a what?
No, Frank is a 30-year-old prospect and Cordina is a 2-time champ. Like, that's a big difference.
Is he a two-time champ?
Yeah, look it up.
I'm looking at it. Where was this? He's a one-time champ. He's only lost. He has the IBF. He won the IBF against Ogawa, who sucks. Then he beat a guy named Rakhimov. Then he fought Edward Vasquez. Those were all for the IBF belt. And then he got knocked out by in his last fight. Where's this other? I mean, are you saying because he won the British Boxing Board of Control's British lightweight title?
I
Bro,
mean,
you don't
I
know
think
a lot about George. Dog, you don't know a lot about George Cordina, do you?
Nah, I really don't. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, there you go.
Besides
All
the
right,
box,
man. I'll holler back at you, man.
All right, bro.
Man.
Watch out, man.
Tank's resume better than Devin. Devin was undisputed in a weight class. Tank campaigned that. No one on Tank's resume is on the level of Lomachenko. Well, Tank has somebody on his resume that beat up Devin. His resume. Kamal said, watch the straw man. I never said Shakur is a bum or bad. I said he does not fit my definition of great. Yeah, definitely. You were actually very, you sounded actually like you appreciated his skill set there for a second. Come on. When you said he's not really great, I was like, dude, even to talk about being great is a huge compliment. My definition is consistent separation against good and elite competition. Thoughts? My thoughts are that he is a very, very good fighter, bro. And I think he has had separation. I don't think anybody's come close to beating Shakur. I think he's separated himself from everybody he's fought. I don't think anybody's come close to beating Shakur. He's had some fights where he had to stink it up, but he separated himself. That's what I think. But I can see your point of view. Big Dog Willie said, Tank maniacs are now quoting Rolly. Wow. Retardation. Hey, Keith Nolan says, God bless. A good day and God bless to you. I'm a little distracted with the family this morning. Thank you, Keith Nolan. But I wanted to still support, man. You're just the best. Salute to you, sir. I need to put your name in these videos, Keith Nolan. I got you now. I asked for boxing. I just say Tank ain't worried about the smoke. If Shakur wants it, he should get it. True. Yeah. Little man is still funny to me. Damn, so many people. We got to go quick. So we got to take this in odds of people that will not probably. Ooh, there ain't. Everybody goes, hey, we got Phoenix the Assassin, then King, then Kamal, then Blaze, then DeMariano. Fucking King. King will be the fastest. How can I help you, King?
Hey, good morning, man. Good morning. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing very well.
I'm happy to hear that. I wanted to get your thoughts on the big fight this weekend.
What big fight this weekend?
You got Greg Hackett versus Southpaw TV in Chicago. Going down on Sunday, I think. Well, what's your thoughts on the fight? Who you got winning?
Are you going to say something?
Who do you have winning in that fight? Who are you going for?
Dude, I don't hear that shit you talking about.
I heard that they got a boxing match coming up tomorrow.
Phoenix Assassin, how can I help you, man?
Yo. I was going to touch on this topic of resumes. Hear me okay?
Yeah, it sounded like you broke up a second.
Okay. I think I got it squared away. But yeah, like this topic of resumes, like people be looking at things in an odd way. See, the thing with Tank is that, like, for example, the Frank Martin thing, that 30-year-old prospect, people don't even know what the hell a prospect is. Frank Martin is ranked number 2 by the WBA. You're not ranked. All right, I got you. You're not ranked as a contender when you're a prospect. When you're a prospect, that's when you're doing the 4, 6, and 8-round fights, like before you even get up to 10-round fights. Now then you work your way up to a contender. And after that, you're either a champion or a contender when you fight them 12-round fights and you're ranked in the top 10 for a sanctioning body. You can't say somebody ranked in the top 10 as a prospect as in they just starting off. That's just dumb. At the same time, one thing that I've touched on before is Tank Davis, since he first won a title against Pedraza, his first title that he won against Pedraza, from that point, all the people he has fought have been either champions or ranked in the top 10 by the WBC, WBA, WBO, or IBF. Top 10 on any of those 4 sanctioning bodies list. That's been his opponents since he won his first title. From that point on, like for me personally, I look at who people fight after they become a champion, because when you're looking at any fighter's professional record, their first 15 to sometimes even 30 fights is going to be guys nobody has heard of. And that's for anyone. Like you look at Oscar De La Hoya, he got his first title shot in his 12th fight. Floyd Mayweather got his first title shot in his 18th fight. You know, I think Manny Pacquiao, I think it might have been his 15th fight, maybe a little early, maybe a little later than that. But, or then you look at Jaron Ennis, 30 fights and hadn't had a title fight at all. And then finally, you know, just got the IBF belt once they stripped Terrence Crawford. So there's differences in when a fighter is able to get a title shot. And once they become a champion, then they got to fight championship level opposition. They can't go ahead. I mean, this is a rare instance like with Shakur, where he's actually making a title defense against the guy ranked number 13 when you got all those other ones above him. Joe Cordina's ranked 13 at 135. That's a rare exception. Or if it's a situation where step-aside money is paid, in Devin's situation where they have to have Sandor Martin step aside to fight Ryan Garcia. These things are important, right? So when you're looking at Tank specifically, you know, I know the last guy wanted to say, you know, Tank didn't unify at 135. Who was unifying at 135 besides Lomachenko? That was the only reason Lomachenko moved up to 135 in the first place, was to fight for the belts and become undisputed, because he wasn't able to get fights with the other champions at 130. Bob Arum had an interview with ESPN where he talked about that. So Lomachenko wasn't fighting anybody unless it was for a belt. That's the bottom baseline right there. 18 months, he got 3 of the belts until he ended up getting stripped by the WBC for that weird thing they did with the mandatory tournament before calling it off and shit. When you look at fighters and their resumes, belts matter to a certain extent, and who they fight matters to a certain extent. Here's an example of belts not mattering. Carlos Baldomir, when Zab Judah was still on top at 147, just became undisputed champion. He lost to Carlos Baldomir. Baldomir, coming in as the B side, didn't want to put up that money that the sanctioning bodies would ask for. So he didn't get the belts even though he won. That's what broke up all the belts at 147 until Bud and Spence just fought last year. Carlos Baldomir, even though he didn't unify, didn't become undisputed, even though he did beat the man and would be what people like to call the lineal champion. Okay, so does that mean that we don't give him credit for that because he didn't have the belts? Or, you know, do we say he wasn't a great fighter? Do we say it was an accident that he beat Zab Judah? What do we say about that? Because he didn't unify or nothing, right? Floyd Mayweather then went and beat both Baldomir and Zab Judah immediately after. And again, he didn't become undisputed since the belts were broke up. So what do we say about that? How much does undisputed really mean when you're actually looking at the circumstances? It's not like a lot of people don't really look at everything going on in weight classes that in depth. They just pay attention to what people are saying on YouTube, pay attention to what people are saying on Twitter. They don't check no rankings. They don't look at what the sanctioning bodies are saying. They don't look at any of the rules, don't know who mandatories are, don't know what belts are actually there, don't know anything other than what they're pulling in from social media. And then want to get upset when people say something that don't line up with what they believe. Like people got to actually be paying attention to this. And if you actually do, and that's why whenever different rules are brought up or certain situations come into play, then you're getting upset because you didn't know and your worldview on it is kind of shattered at that point. So going forward, like for me personally, because all of my free time is like boxing. Whether I'm at the gym, whether I'm working with one of the fighters that's asking me to train them, whether I'm going through sparring footage with people, or even if I'm just chilling at home and watching old fights on TV. Like a lot of my free time is spent just watching boxing, looking at the rankings, going over the rules, thinking about what potential fights is coming up. I don't know how many other people do that, but I could tell that it's not a high number of people because it got some people who be confused about the basic difference between a prospect and a contender. That stuff is just absurd to me. Like right now you could say Jake Paul is a prospect. He ain't fighting for no titles right now. He ain't even up close enough to be considered, a title opponent yet. He's a prospect. He's working his way up. Yeah, he's making money because he has a fan base that he brought over from his YouTube and Disney Channel days, but he is still a prospect right now. So he's fighting who he's supposed to fight. And like I said before, any professional fighter, you're looking at the guys that they started fighting off with is guys who had a record like 34 wins and 27 losses, or they might have no wins and 32 losses. It's people who are considered journeymen. But that's what I got for you for now.
All right, man. Get back, Phoenix. Yes, sir. Come on, what up, man? Hey, come on, real quick. Oh, no, I got that. Come on, you're on mute.
Fanon, can you hear me now?
Now I can.
Yeah, Fanon, read the second part of my definition of great. I didn't say that you can't show separation. I said it's against what I consider elite or very good competition. So yes, Shakur has showed separation, but Bum Lufkin showed separation when he was fighting English barristers and breaking their ribs. But did I consider Bum Lufkin to be a great fighter when he was going through the remains of middleweight after Kelly Pavlik, after Winky Wright, and after Sergio Martinez were pretty much done? That is the second part of my definition, Fanon.
Hold on. Maybe you miswrote your definition because your definition right here on this absolutely beautiful yellow super chat, thank you, sir, says my definition is consistent separation against good and elite. You didn't say great. You said good and elite. So all you got to be is good. That's a low bar. Good.
I meant very good. You're right. You're right.
Then, all I can do is off what you're right.
I missed the adverb. Very. Okay.
Sorry. I accept your apologies.
My bad. I'll admit when I'm wrong. Okay. So that is my definition. So yes, you can be Butterbean knocking out a bunch of Glass Joes. You can be on these top ranked specials knocking out dudes. But I have a question of against who? As Teddy Atlas used to say, he got banned from ESPN about Bum Lufkin. Against who? Against who? And then this guy who comes in there and says that Frank Martin is a 30-year-old prospect. Fanon, Jackson Marinez is better than anybody that Shakur beat. Okay, he beat a doped-up little Michelle Aruli Rivera. That guy's better than Joe Cordoba, who's making subs, okay? So when you regurgitate these things, and to piggyback off what Phoenix the Assassin said, when you regurgitate talking points from corporate media and Twitter, this guy's clearly not taking into account the fact that certain promotional companies have certain sanctioning bodies or divisions on lockdown. So Cordoba is in there fighting UK level competition and a little bit above those guys, and he has a quicker access to a title because of the landscape of the division and the politics that matter. You, as a top-ranked fighter, you pretty much have access to the WBO because Paco says if you are a Bob Arum fighter, you're going to get a WBO ranking that's going to put you high enough to get a title. And if you're not, we're going to invent a top-ranked fighter. We're going to create one to be your competition because he is owned by the WBO and he's owned by Top Rank. So you can't just regurgitate these talking points. Frank Martin is a 30-year-old prospect, but you can't tell me who the hell Joe Cordoba has beat when Joe Rogan would knock his ass out, when Joe Pesci would knock his ass out, when dementia Joe Biden would knock his ass out. So people are regurgitating talking points and they have no idea what a resume is. They have no idea who Michelle Ali Rivera was. They have no idea that Errol Spence put Frank Martin through the ringer of tough fight after tough fight. They have no idea that Jackson Marinez, people thought he was robbed against Rolly Romero, and then Frank Martin immediately beat him. So when you're telling me about somebody being a quote-unquote 1- and 2-time champion, well, guess what, guys? Vegan Smith was a champion, and Canelo fought him as soon as Demetrius Andrade got stripped. And he was the worst champion in all of boxing. And there were guys who were not champions, who never got the opportunity because of politics. So that is my definition. And again, I couldn't. Box Phoenix, the assassin, stole my thunder because he's a dictionary. He's an almanac. That guy's brilliant. He knows more about boxing than I never will. So I'm piggybacking off a lot of his points. But again, I don't hate Shakur, as Fanon said. What I don't like about Shakur is that he overpromises and he underdelivers and he talks trash about other fighters and he becomes a hypocrite. You don't go and you don't trash Frank Martin and you follow that up with fighting his leftovers, and then you follow it up with fighting a guy who got gifted a top 15 ranking. Fanon, you check your emails. I sent you the WBC yesterday, the WBC updated top 15 at 135. The only person that I am confident Cordina could beat in that top 15 is Abdullayev, who Devin Haney beat years ago. Those are my points. And people are using corporate media talking points, things on Twitter, and they have no idea about hand-picked opponents. They have no idea about things that I was saying about Jared Big Baby Anderson and why he wasn't the goods. I want to get your thoughts on that, Fanon, and my definition of great, because I've told you about great, and I've been honest. Tank should not fight. He should not fight El Rayo. El Rayo needs to rematch Pitbull Cruz. He's earned it. Pitbull Cruz has earned it. I want to see the De Los Santos fight. With that, I'm out. I want to get your thoughts. Thanks.
All right, man, for sure. That's a lot to give thoughts about. But let me let these couple callers in. I'll get about the WBC rankings. What's going on, Blaze?
Peace, brother. How you doing this morning?
I'm well, and I can hear you.
Okay, most definitely. Oh yeah, my thoughts is we talking about Tank and Shakur. I agree with the last caller. I think I really like Shakur. I really think Shakur is a generational talent, but I really think he gets in the way by the things that he says and the things that he say. For me, I don't really keep up with social media and the tweets, right? But the things that he literally says, about other boxers and the things that he literally just said in the ring, like, here's my thing. He fought Artem. He was fighting Artem. It was clearly a mismatch. I think this was the same competition Frank Martin had. I think Frank Martin had a hard fight with Artem before he fought Tank. He clearly decisively beat Artem, but the problem was, like, in the early rounds, at the end of the round, he's pounding his gloves like, I'm going to stop him, not listening to his trainer in the corner, trying to give him the blueprint to really put on a better performance. And he gassed out in the mid rounds and couldn't put him away and couldn't do what he said he would do. Like, if he didn't talk as much and just handled his business, I think people would like him more. I still think he's a generational talent. And I think, he's young and Tank's relatively young in the sense of they still had an opportunity to etch out how great they are within the sport. And so, we all want to see the particular fight. So, that's pretty much my opinion is like, all the criticism that we got towards Shakur has, at least a good 5 more years of great boxing in him. And he has the opportunity to do something great and fight the highest level of competition. And right now, the highest level of competition for him is Tank. And that's why we all want to see it. And with that, I'm complete. Appreciate you having me on the show, brother.
All right, man. Get back, brother. Take care. Yes, sir. I always like hearing what's going on, DeMariano. You were
What's
very
going
patient.
on? What's going on, Fanon? Yeah.
Man, I can't complain. Hey, real quick though. Hey man, thank you, Blaze. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your 2 cents, man. Go ahead, DeMariano. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to sound redundant, but how you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing well. Can't complain. Talking this boxing on the Saturday, almost afternoon.
Roger that.
We
That's
keep it
good.
pushing.
Shout out Kamal Oz and Phoenix the Assassin, man. But yeah, I had called in, man, because no one was speaking on the fact about the Frank Martin being a prospect thing, and then Phoenix came on, and then Kamal Oz, and yeah, I just don't want to sound redundant, but and then I didn't want to just leave the chat and have you thinking like, dang, what happened to DeMariano? So I just stayed in here. You know what I mean? I just want to say what's up. But yeah, I totally agree. That dude was out of pocket, man. Frank Martin, he was highly ranked in every belt organization. And when you fight for a championship, man, that automatically makes you a contender, man. So I don't know what that dude talking about. He need to get in touch with boxing because he coming from left field with that, man. But that's all I gotta say. You know,
man. Appreciate you, man.
I just wanted to shout out two of my favorites, callers, Kamal Oz and Phoenix. You know what I mean? And yeah, and I'm out.
All right, man. Get back to Mariano. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, look, man, I am going to get up out of here, man. Y'all have a wonderful day. I try to do 2 hours on Saturday. This has been a lot of fun. Y'all have a wonderful day. Boxing Hacker didn't want no smoke today. And with that, I am out. Deuces.